Good day, shaving cadre. Handle Barber Dave here with Dave's Barbershop at Home. Today we're going to kind of go away from the flowers and we're going to head towards the forest. We're going to do kind of an all-British shave today. We're going to start off with the George Wostenholm & Sons 5/8 barber notch. Nice little semi-wedge grind, nice little razor. We are going to be using the Paladin PK47 in jade with a very nice knot. For the soap, we're going to be using Penhaligon's English Fern. Those of you on the forum know that it's my absolute favorite, and it's also one of the most challenging soaps to lather. Now, this one is not I've got two. I've got the tallow version, which is unobtainium, which I very rarely use, and then I also have the non-tallow version, which is what I'm using today. For the aftershave, since English Fern does not make an aftershave anymore, I'm going to be using one that is very, very good, and it's Asylum Shave Works, and it's the Royal Fougere. It matches very, very well. And then, of course, to finish everything off, besides the shave talc, once again, Penhaligon's English Fern, and yes, I do need to buy another bottle of it. So, anyways, hope everybody's doing well. We had a tremendous Zoom call last night. In fact, some of us were actually on the call until, well, almost 10 o'clock my time, which Arizona time is kind of on its own. So it was a lot of fun. So we hope you can join us. We gave away some prizes, found out some fun things about people, found out how everybody's doing during the whole COVID thing. And so it was nice. The one thing about lathering English Fern, I start with almost a completely dry brush and just very little water on the puck, and then add as necessary to get it. It's a hit or miss. I'm not sure exactly how good it's going to be, and I also load it forever. Those of you that have trouble with Winchell's wool fat would hate this because it's far worse in my opinion. But every once in a while you get lucky. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens today. We were 108 yesterday. Yay. So I do have the cold water on for a cold water shave. However, the water is warm. Go figure. So we are on schedule right now to have the radio show published and up on the site. Hopefully later on this evening. Today I got fairly lucky with the soap. And like I said, unlike most soaps, this one does not require a lot of extra water at all, if any, because it dissipates super quick. But what brings me back to it all the time is the fragrance. Although, as most of you know, SV products are my favorite. Well, just a tad of water. The fragrance of the English Fern, in my opinion, is unmatched. I think it's just tremendous. Okay, and I have not shaved with this razor for a while. I did spend some time doing some honing on it yesterday. And I think it's in good shape. We'll find out. Not too shabby. The one thing I like about the semi-wedge grind is it's a very quiet razor on the face, unlike their scissors and some of the singing razors. Although the lather does dissipate, as you can see, it remains fairly slick throughout. But unfortunately, it does act like a typical, most of your typical British hard soaps. I think in a cost-saving measure, many of them went away from the tallow-based manufacturing. And opted for less expensive methods and then farmed it out. And unfortunately, English Fern was one of the casualties. And it shows, because you can't get the soap anymore, because I think everybody that enjoyed their original tallow version were very, very upset with the newer formulation. This IXL Celebrated gives me a very, very smooth shave as far as on the face. But to give you a comparison on this soap, as much as it's a challenge, it's still 100 times better than Euchre's. That is by far the most horrid lathering soap ever created by human hands. But yet I still have a puck. Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish up the last two passes, and we'll be back at the highlight of the shave, which is the post-shave stuff. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're back. Just a little bit of cleanup. Overall, the shave's not bad. The razor did its job. The soap, I would rate this lather on this one probably a 6. Overall, though, I would rate the newer formula of Penhaligon's probably a 4, maybe even a 3 on latherability. Whereas the tallow version of this soap is easily an 8. Very easy to lather. And super smooth. It's too bad that they got rid of it, but as we all know, many of these shaving companies and perfume companies do that. They try to reinvent the wheel, or just take the wheel right off the cart, and sometimes that's in detriment to us. But there's a lot that goes into it. Are they selling it? Is there enough of it? Are people not buying it anymore? Is English Fir now considered an old man scent? Who knows? Okay, we're gonna do the Royal Fougere, and this is wonderful from Phil at the Asylum and Bull Goose Shaving. It's a little bit more lavender heavy. And I think that this is basically a mishmash of English Fern, and I believe it was Trumpers. There was a Fern that Trumpers had. I never got a chance to try it, but I heard it was on the top of the Fougere scale. The only one that I think is close is Sapodovicchio Veracino has one, and it's Felsi Aromatica, and that's a great soap. And it's close, but it's not English Fern. I know there's been a lot of copies, a lot of clones, but the true English Fern is just divine. Okay, we'll finish up with a couple of Vasilis of the EDT. And that's all she wrote. Well, thanks again for joining Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home for another straight shave. We certainly appreciate it. Keep a lookout for the radio show, which I'm hoping to get out sometime this evening, Thursday night, early Friday morning. And please try to join us for our Zoom calls. And once again, thank you for being members, and thank you for your support over these last 2 years. Hey, I got it right. And if you haven't seen us before, www.theshavingdecadre.com. You guys have a great day.